Hi, welcome to today's video. A new series for this year. I've seen a couple of different YouTubers make videos where they go through their products or their collection of products that they own, and particularly specific categories, and then declutter them. But in my case, I just want to swatch all the things that I have. Not only just to see what colours I have, but just see which ones I use the most in terms of colour, but also would like to see what colours I'm missing. Today's product, if you haven't gathered from the title, blush. Let's get to swatching. I'm going to be mostly doing the swatching on paper, just because I like the way that it will be a lot brighter and a lot whiter, so you can see the gloriousness that is the colours better. Bear in mind, for me, I'm filming, my camera's upside down, so we'll be flipping this, I think, just to make it so you can actually read the words correctly. My good old powder blushes. So I'll start with one that's actually in this Shadow Bible. It is a couple of layers deep. Is this beautiful big pan that I got from my friend Unfiltered 50s, aka Jeannie. And this is from Sydney Grace, and it's the shade Stiletto. And I've yet to use this. This is a very pretty shade. Doesn't look like one that I'd wear easily in the pan, but it's actually quite pretty swatched out. It's a soft pink with a nice sheen to it, as you can see there. Beautiful. I plan to basically do this for every single shade, so it may take a while, but I'm going to enjoy this process of swatching them all out. Next one is this shiny AF blush from the Natasha Denona. Be kind of cool, you should be able to see the gold. I mean, it's quite strong pink on my finger there, but it doesn't transfer the best onto paper. I mean, it is paper, so you can't expect the most. It's called Duo Glow, apparently. You can kind of see the shine there, yeah. Very pretty. This one is one of the most used shades in my collection. I'm going with all the shiny blushes at the moment, I guess. So this is the Flower Nose Unicorn Blush. I mean, just look at that, stunning. And this is in the shade Alluring Daylight. So, and I've used this many a time at work, not at work. It's just so fun. And I'll show you sheen of that too, so you can kind of see it's a little bit more subdued with its sheen. It's a very beautiful peachy orange. So this is actually a mixture of multiple products all together, including the Ofra that was in here. I don't even know what to call this, but I'll swatch it anyway. Very shiny. I can almost use it as like a blush highlighter because it does have a blush in it. I just call it custom. The next two glowy blushes will be two Hourglass blushes. So this one here is Mecca Glow. This one will be Incandescent Electra. So this one, Mecca Glow, this is a limited edition shade to the store Mecca in Australia. And then this one I was gifted again from my friend Jeannie, Unfiltered 50s. I'll swatch that one first. Pretty in pink. Do another little swatch. And I'll also swatch the Mecca Glow at the same time. We can see them side by side as well. Incandescent Electra up the top, and then the Mecca Glow below it. Again, you can see very subtle compared to the other ones. Not much sheen to them. The next is this trio from Alamar Cosmetics. This is the Colorette Blush Trio. This is the Fair Light. I've got 3 shades. I've still got a fair bit of powder residue left on my finger. And you can see they don't have as much sheen to them. There is a little bit. Definitely much more on the matte side. This I received from my mum, and I did a video, me playing with this, and I was having some alcohol, lots of fun, but she gifted me this to play with, and it's a beautiful blush. I don't often use it. It is a very pretty, just nice matte blush. Again, that one's matte, so I will show you anyways, but there's really no shine to it whatsoever, especially in person. I have cute little NARS blush. This is in the shade Deep Throat, because NARS likes to be very X-rated with their shade names. This one was gifted to me by my friend Jo Withrow. And nasty she is. She actually also gave me Orgasm from NARS too. NARS Deep Throat. Now, start to get into palettes. So, the latest addition to my palettes of blushes is the Pat McGrath Labs Celestial Odyssey Divine Blush and Glow Trio. Now, as you can see, I've already gotten a decent amount of usage out of it. These two are the blushes, and their names are Divine Rose and Desert Orchid. Divine Rose, Desert Orchid. And I've actually been getting a lot of use of this palette as well since I got it at work. If you don't know, I work at a camera store and I can get away with wearing a little bit of blush while I'm at work. A little bit of blush and highlight. So I do also use the highlighter that's in this, but a little sneak peek and tease. This one, you won't be seeing the proper swatch, but look at her, beautiful. I'll be doing a future video showing off my highlighters too. Maybe a little bit, ooh, no, that's all you get to see. Next up is the Kevyn Aucoin Jewel Pop Face and Eye Palette in this Rose Quartz shade. Haven't used many a times, but it definitely is a beautiful blush shade nonetheless. Kevyn Aucoin Jewel Pop Rose Quartz shade. In person, it's kind of a similar tone to NARS Deep Throat, but Rose Quartz has a little bit more of a peachy shade to it. Kind of looks like a mixture of Desert Orchid and Deep Throat together. Inside of this, a glorious palette, the Crystal Ice Glow palette. This beautiful shade here is a blush. So this blush shade here is called Harmonia, and it is a beautiful darker red with a gorgeous shimmer in it. Kind of goes on the skin a bit cherry-like, as well as on the paper. So again, Harmonia, and I've got it inside of my Crystal Ice Glow palette, which you can watch the video of me playing with that one right up here. Very red compared to this Alluring Daybreak. You can see it has that much more peachy tones in it. And the last but not least for the powders, I've got the Moon Prism Blush palette, which has all of these beautiful shades. Like, kind of not sure how I feel about this one, so I'm just going to just redo it, just because it did seem like there was a little bit of the red still from the last shade on that finger. Yeah, there's still a bit of red, but it's now to swatch the last three shades, but of the powders at least, swatch them this way so they'll fit. So this shade right here that I've just swatched more of is the shade name Soleil. It is such a beautiful blush. Twilight being probably my most used blush, even though I actually mix Pink Moon, Twilight, and this shade here, which is Stargaze, the most. Apologies for the last little bit swatching going AWOL. We've got Soleil, Stargaze, and Gravity. And again, my most used combo is probably Pink Moon, Twilight, and Stargaze, with Soleil being kind of like a topper. But altogether, they are all my powder blushes. Have fun. Looking at it, at the powders, I definitely would like to have more orangey tones, much brighter oranges. I do have two pretty peachy oranges here with the kind of orangeness. We're going more peach shade with the Alluring Daybreak, but I do also have some liquid and cream blushes that are more orange that come later, but I would like to get some more oranges that are powder. That's at least the powders done, so let's put that aside. I actually have three more categories. I've got balm, slash stick, which I'll do first. And I also have cream and other miscellaneous, which I'll explain other miscellaneous in a bit. So I've got, this is one of the blush sticks. I rarely use this, but I still have it, so I'll swatch it anyways. This is the Milk Makeup Glimmer Glow Oil Lip and Cheek. Those look pretty when it's on there, very red, shiny, similar to the Star Gem Harmonia. And then I've got the Mecca Max off-duty blush stick in Sorbet. This is one of my probably most used blush products as well. Like, look at those two products. And those two are my only balm slash stick blushes. Then the next one I have is my cream blushes. So the first three I'm going to show off are the ones that have been probably the most used in this category and the most featured in videos and whenever I've played with makeup. And that is the Mitchell Blush. Yeah, so fun. And I've got 3 shades. And this one, oh, I guess I'll swatch down here, is Sweet Cheeks. Then where's the SPF? Probably my least used shade just because of how bright red it is. Last but not least, my probably most used shade. You can kind of see actually the sides of the container, which kind of reiterates that point, is Mango Daiquiri, which is my only kind of true orange blush I have, apart from one other one which isn't a true blush product, which I'll show you in the last product category. The Danessa Myricks Vision Flush in Ballet Slippers. This I also have used as a lip product, so this will probably also be featured in that video too. But just look at that shade. Oh. The product itself is really nice in terms of formula, very long wear. You don't see how shimmery these actually are when it's on the skin on the paper. Hopefully you can see the bit of the shine that they might have and the glitteriness. And then the last two that I have, these two are from Rare Beauty. Both were gifted to me by Joe, just Joe with Ray. I'll start with the mini first. Grace. I find this formula can be a little bit difficult for me to work with. I just find it doesn't blend as nicely into my foundation in the way that I find that these 4 do. And then this shade is Joy. This one is a stunning shade and I love how vibrant this one is. Color that I would love to have in a powder formula. And that was my last cream blushes. And now the Misk Other category. And the reason why it's Misk Other, these last 3 products are not technically face products in the sense that they're not blushes. They're actually designed to be for the eyes. But I really like these last 3 products for using as blushes too. The first one I'll start with, people who've been on my channel know why and how well this works and how much I love the Colour Fix line. But this is the Colour Fix in Desert Rose. Put the smallest little bit out and I'll give a little, oh. This one is very pigmented. I also show it on the back of my hand. This one definitely works best on my skin tone when it's much more toned down, like you kind of see on the edges there. This is usually an eye product and I usually use it as an eye product. I'll sometimes mix it in with the white eye base from Danessa Myricks just to make it a lighter shade. I've been able to shower with this thing on my eye once it's fully set and it not budge. But the last 2 products are actually eye bases from P. Louise, and you're going to say to me, what do you mean these 2? They're very bright, very colourful. Yeah, I know, I don't care. I still wear these colours as blushes. This one is the only other orange product that I was really thinking was true orange that I mentioned earlier. So when I use this, I end up using it as a tapped on the face cheek kind of blush. And it's a very soft, beautiful colour once it's blended out on the skin, as you can kind of see there. And that one is called Cute in Coral. And I want a colour similar to that in this Made by Mitchell formula, which kind of does exist. I think it's called Can't Cope with Coral, and I plan to eventually get that. I hope he comes out with a shade like this in that formula. This is Vivid Violet, and I'm just like, oh. Give it to me. And I don't even care that it's not a natural shade, but like, yes please, I want a blush like that. I just want to be that colour, always. Here is all the blushes, all swatched out in their glory. So I've got 21 total powders, 2 total balm, 6 total creams, and 3 total for that. So if we do some maths, 32 total blushes. And not enough, I say, never enough. But I definitely have a quite vast array of blushes and tones, lots of fun. And I would like to have more fantasy colours. Love this formula in particular, love these tones, love how much more vibrant these are, but these definitely work well on top of my skincare routine before I go to work, which is usually just like a little bit of moisturiser, a little bit of some face oils and some sunscreen, and they just sit nicely on top of it. Thank you all for watching. Hope you enjoyed watching this madness. I certainly had fun. Have a great rest of your day, rest of your night. Love hearts from Tasmania, Australia. Bye bye.